2025 Optima King of the Hammers presented by Ford Performance for qualifying. I'd like to welcome you all out here, and Dave Cole to give you guys a welcome.
Thank you, Ben. Hey, everybody. Before we get started on what's in front of you all, I want to say some congratulations to the people that have performed so far. Who won? We're talking about motos first. Who won the motos? Tristan Hart. Thank you very much. I've got my desert stuff here, but Tristan Hart in motos, Chris Pavardi in T1, Kyle Jurgensen T2, Jack Grabowski in B1, and then yesterday's race we had an overall champion in Brock Hager, who is also the reigning Dakar champion. So when you see Brock Hager walk around here, congratulations, Brock. Got Jeff Buckley in B2, Brent Meister in T3, Brad Lovell T4, congratulations, Brad, and Cole Brandt in a 1600 class B4 buggy. I would like to introduce Brian Trotter, who's your race director. Come on. How about this? How about this? Brian Trotter, U.S. Yeah, how many veterans out there right now? Absolutely. Thank you all. Thank you all. So Brian's going to be available mostly for Wednesday night when we start talking about race. He's your USAC race director. He'll handle race things. If you have race questions, he will answer them for you tonight on the side post meeting. All I'm going to talk to you about, I'll talk to you about lap 3 right now. Wednesday afternoon, after Power Hour, we're going to go over lap 3 verbally, like same way I did on the pre-show. I can't see so well. Actually, I really can't see this paper, so it's tough to read. Friday, 12 o'clock, you can get the lap 3 file from PCI. But you have to be teched. Once your car is teched, 12 o'clock on Friday, you get the lap 3 file. Everybody understand that? If on Friday, you guys try to go out and pre-run lap 3 during the EMC race, even being around it is going to be an automatic rear start. And if you're remotely close to not being cool about the fact and just get the hell out, you're done. Is that fair? And we have cameras already up on the lap 3 trail, so kinda, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Not trying to be a jerk about it. I'm trying to give you guys the hardest test there is. And to me, reading terrain on site, doing hard stuff without practicing it 78 times is part of that hard. So that's what we're going to do. Try it this time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think this is going to be something that's going to challenge you all. I look forward to seeing the effort go forth. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I'm not trying to get you hurt. The only places that are navigational that you haven't seen before are not places that you're going to fall off of outside of a mountain. But they are going to make you feel like you're in the middle of no place, and they're going to make you feel weird, and they're going to make you feel disconcerted. And you should feel that way before you win this race. It's hard. So, that being said, Justin's going to talk about VCPs, because he's been the VCP doctor this year. And I'll talk about the black tracker that you guys haven't seen yet, and everybody wants to know why I made you get Lowrance pucks. We're still working on them. There's been a few people that have seen our efforts as far as building them here. We have 175 cards built, and as soon as we had a program to put on it, we'll be able to put them on your cars. We're pushing the limits, and this has been something that I thought we'd be a little bit farther out, but where we're at right now is we can take the data off your cars at a 10 hertz CAN bus level of location, and we can repaint that car now in a simulator. It's 100% doable. We do it now. So all we have to do is start getting better at collecting your data. And that's why you guys bought your GPS pucks. If you didn't already have it before, this box is about the size of a brick phone. No power is required except for the Lowrance puck that you're putting onto it. But it'll capture your location and your CAN bus data location, their telemetry CAN bus data, at a level tight enough that we can make it look like video without having cameras. And it's real, and I'm thankful that you guys are going to be able to. By the end of this year, people are going to be racing against the times and the data that you put forth for the next week. Does that make sense? When you got the data that you lay down in your races on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be data that will be available in AI you'll be AI characters on Beam's game, and someone's going to race the 2025 Yokohama EMC race. And at 8 o'clock, the cars are going to leave, and you can be in any vehicle you want. You can drive it next to it. You can line up next to Brad Lovell in the same exact Bronco and race against Brad Lovell side by side because his data is right there, and you're driving a car that's identical in every way. We're a long way from realizing perfection on it, but we're very, very, very close from realizing some really cool shit. I'd like to thank all the people at BeamNG. I'd like to thank Stephen Lutz, Justin Marquand. I know I'm forgetting people. Everybody on our production team. Did you guys see the live show today? Anybody see the live show today? Last year I stood in front of you and told you we spent $1.5 million making the live show, and I told you I had to find a way to spend less. This week's show is costing $800,000 less than last year. We're doing a better show for half the price. It's going to get better. We are going to get there, and you guys are the ones doing it, and thank you very much for the last 19 years, and I'm looking forward to another 19.
Hey, Dave, before you go, maybe you could give guys a tip on what's not in lap 3.
Yeah, when I took Sledge out, I took Sledge out. The reason why you're not going up Sledge isn't because it's a lap 3 trail. If you go and break your junk on Sledge, you just broke your junk for no reason. It's not on the race course. It was going to be a bottleneck. It was going to be a bottleneck for lap 3. I don't like seeing bottlenecks. No one does. So I try to build the best course that would keep you guys in the best place for a really great show. So there's your first pro tip. Stop driving Sledge.
There we
Or Child's Play, or Dead Blow. The rest of them you should keep driving.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some qualifying, then we're going to jump into some notes that we have for you for later in the week and bring Justin up to talk about the VCPs. So for qualifying tomorrow, which is the UTV Hammers Championship, we have an 8 a.m. start. We published the list back when we did the live show. I'm sorry, the schedule on the website is slightly wrong. We've updated it. But 8 a.m. start for the UTV Championship. If you're in that 8 a.m. hour, you should check it. Anyone who's entered since the live show, you should check our list that we've sent out today and posted around town. Just check that you're in the right hour. You need to turn up 45 minutes before the start of your hour. Okay? Vehicles that are staged in Griffin Expressway, down there, near the tyre company tractor trailers. Okay, stage there 45 minutes before your hour. We will put the timing transponders on your vehicle and stage you out onto the racetrack. The EMC on Tuesday is an 8 a.m. start for our first qualifiers, and Race of King Wednesday is a 9 a.m. start. So please go back, check your emails if you can, or come and see us at the media tent and check that running order and make sure you know which hour you're in and turn up 45 minutes before. We'll be starting and finishing on the Hammertown short course. The start is under the start-finish truss, and the finish will be just after the tabletop jump. You are running in a clockwise direction. Has everybody here seen that there's a gap jump out there? Can everybody please tell someone who's not at this meeting that there's a gap jump out there? Could everyone please have a look at it? Because apparently there were people who did not realize there was a gap jump there yesterday. The gap jump is optional. You do not have to take it. You can go to the right and then turn under it and follow the S and then exit towards the Bronco Arch. I say it again, the gap jump is optional. It is your choice to take it. All vehicles must drive up and through the Bronco Arch. If you haven't got a GPS track, it's available at PCI. The track is being marked tonight in more detail. I think you guys have burnt it in pretty good this afternoon. We will try and have the track available each evening depending on coursework that we have to do with the machinery for practice. The short course will be 25 mile an hour when we have machinery out there, or unless we tell you otherwise. I need Jamie McKean to see me after this to give his UTV race number. If you come down to your right, down where Lily is standing, she's got a hand up right on the left hand, or your right hand side of the stage. Please come and see me. Anyone else who was not included in the qualifying lists who think they should have been, please come and see Lily as well. For UTV and EMC, qualifying was an option, and it was an optional extra you had to add when you were checking out. So if you haven't been included, it may be that you didn't take that. We can work it out if you want to qualify. If you got missed somehow, please come and see us. I do apologize. We'll get you sorted. We'll get you into a group. Okay, this is very important. Pre-running tomorrow. We are going clockwise now. That's created some work for our course workers. I have teams out there tomorrow remarking the course in the clockwise direction. For tomorrow only, Monday, pre-running is 25 miles per hour at all places on the course. It's when you're going fast and you can't see my course workers is when you're going to hit them. They have a difficult job. Please give them Monday to get the course remarked. This is very important. And this is how we're going to run it. The first person to get seen going past that we can track down will be a rear start. And anyone else will be a rear start. If that course worker feels it's unsafe for them to be out there, like they did tonight when they tried to mark the qualifying course, they will stop marking. They will mark the spectator safety areas and the bits that I need to do for compliance. That's it. You will have no other arrows and you will navigate on your GPS. So please, respect the course workers. Keep them safe. We are trying to get the whole course remarked tomorrow in one day. It takes us a week to mark a course. So please, work with us, 25 mile an hour. Don't blow past the course workers. Don't roost them. They're out there pounding stakes in. They're doing this for you guys. So please respect them. It's really, really important. If you don't already have a pre-running flag, you need to get that from PCI. The course map is available from PCI as well if you've just turned up. When you're on the short course, if you're pre-running at all, it's 15 miles per hour. At any time this week, if you're pre-running, the short course will be closed during the day for qualifying and then racing. And later in the week, the race course will be closed. So please, if there's an active race course, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you cannot get anywhere near the short course area or short bus or anywhere down there, okay? Is that very clear? I do not want any UTVs or anyone else on course while we're running power hour. I cannot have that. There's a lot of volunteers out here. I mentioned the course workers. There's a lot of other staff that come and help. We have a volunteer raffle on Wednesday night where we give away some stuff to thank the guys that give their time up to come out so that you guys can all race. If any of the teams have some swag, any gear, anything from sponsors that you'd like to donate, please bring it to the ops box this week. See me or see one of the guys up there. It really does mean a lot to these people. They stand out there from 7 in the morning till midnight. They help you off the course. They use their own rigs. They destroy their own gear. They love it when you guys give them a shirt. So please, I'm asking you as a fellow racer or an ex-racer or whatever I am, help these guys. Let's make something cool for their week out here of helping us. Is there any questions about qualifying? So he's asking if you can go around around the short course early in the morning before 7 o'clock at 25 mile an hour, right? And watch out for course workers and equipment. It's marked. You can literally walk out there and see it. So just cruise around it. You cannot hit the jump. You cannot hit the gap jump. We're not allowing practice on that. Okay? Any other questions regarding qualifying? Yep, straight through there. Yeah, so there are pit crews and teams and tyre companies working on there. So please try and park on Griffin Road in a single file. Try and not block the road. Try and not block access to garages. We'll move you onto the short course as soon as we have you staged and try and keep that road as free as we can. Another note on that, if you're in the pits out behind where the monster stage used to be, behind Ford, the easiest way to get there is to go out of town all the way around in Gate 4, which is at the end of Griffin, okay, and come down this way. You won't be able to get through the town here. Please don't try. And Gate 5 is still really congested, and there's mud pits, and, you know, we've smoothed a lot of it over to try and get access in there. But if you avoid Gate 5, it makes life a lot easier. Going all the way around to Gate 4, you've got direct access straight up the guts of it. The qualifying course GPS track that PCI has given out matches the short course. I mapped it for you. So the qualifying line is as per your GPS. It follows the short course. Okay? So we run the whole short course. Do you want me to describe it to you? They need the whole day. I need to give, that question is about 25 mile an hour on Monday. I need to give them the whole day, okay? It's a big ask. It's a lot of track to get round. So please, let's give them tomorrow, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, you can go around faster if you wish. Just be respectful. It's a big area out there, but we're going to have people working all over it. Over this side first. Prior to 7, and we'll try and open it up after 5. As much as you want to sleep, I guess. Don't be the guy going around at 3 in the morning. Anyone else? Yeah. You need to drop the rock face. I just confirmed that with the race director.
It's king of the hammers, not king of the bypasses.
Bypassing up the top. So run the line. It's getting burnt in. You have to drive across the rocks on the top. Yes, that's right. Okay, so sounds like you guys are burning in a course that actually goes around. You need to drive across the tops at the rocks at the top of the course. I will see if we can get some feather drops or something up there to mark that better. We'll get a crew up there first thing in the morning. Up the back with the flashlight first. Say it again, Vaughn. We will tell you that on Wednesday. Traditionally, we have started with stock class at the back, separate from the rest of the EMC. So 4,600, I think we're having a meeting afterwards. Bailey's going to lead a group 4,600 meeting. We don't mix them. We never have. They're a different class. They're going to run slightly different options. We do not mix stock. Same with stock Sportsman UTV. We do not mix them. We never have. Over here. Yes, we will be flagging that. Yes, there'll be delineators out there as well, like we ran when the T1s were qualifying. No, there's no option for Youth 1000 to qualify. We'll work you guys random draw at the end of the Youth 1000. Okay, any other questions on qualifying? You need to go through the arch. Any way up there, through the arch, please. If you take the burned-in route round the arch, you haven't gone through the arch. Okay. For the main races, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have a rule change. USAC will be releasing it at the Wednesday night meeting before the drivers' meeting. But I wanted to communicate the intention of this rule to you so that you can plan accordingly or not plan accordingly. We're going to put in place a rule that says you cannot assist competitors on race course in an area that your race vehicle has not progressed through. You cannot get outside assistance to move around the course. If you're on lap 1, you cannot help anyone on lap 2. And if you're on lap 2, you cannot help anyone on lap 3. So you cannot hike from lap 2 into a lap 3 area if your vehicle hasn't got there. If you're driving Jack on lap 2 and you brake and you pull over, you can sit on Jack and help all you want and help in that trail. But you cannot then hike over to a different trail and help on a trail that your vehicle has not progressed to. You cannot get driven around by your pit crew to be repositioned into a position to help someone. If your vehicle is still on course, you can't be, if there's 2 people in your vehicle, another banded driver can't be out on course helping someone as well, right? That's the intent of the rule. We'll get it drafted up and released in a bulletin by USAC, okay? It also counts if you're carrying parts, okay? You cannot carry parts to a competitor on a lap ahead of you if you have not progressed past that point. If the race course overlaps, then you can. If it's on the desert lap, you're on lap 1 and they're on lap 2, it's the same course. You've progressed through there. If you're on lap 1 in the desert, you can't get in a pit vehicle, get a lift over to Jackhammer and help a bunch of people in Jack. You haven't progressed there. You can't roll a car through the start line, pull off, go up to a rock trail, spend the rest of the day pulling cable for your teammates. Yep, noted. Okay. And we still encourage the sportsmanlike rule if you're in that trail, right? If you've driven up that trail and had an issue and stopped there, you can help that person. You can go somewhere that you get to on your feet in a spot that you've already progressed through. Yep. Thank you. No, we're not saying it's unsportsmanlike. We're making a rule change because what will happen next year is someone will enter 15 cars that they never actually roll through the start and they put people all around the course. So we're nipping it in the butt.
Are you really planning on braking already, Brian?
Your yellow brick trackers will be fitted at tech and contingency. Your timing transponders will be fitted when you go through qualifying. I'm going to introduce Justin now to talk to you about VCPs and RCPs.
Check. Okay. VCPs, 150-foot radius. RCPs, 50-foot radius. VCPs are snapped to the center line of the desert. RCPs are not necessarily on top of the line in the rocks. The RCPs are meant to keep you in the rocks. So if you see an RCP and it's 30 feet off the side of the trail, up a canyon wall, it's in the right spot, but it's made so you can't hit it from the road next to the rocks. Everybody clear on that? That's why they're where they are? 50, 50-foot radius. Questions on that part? Next thing, the only thing I've seen so far is the bottom of Winner's Choice. I thought 5 VCPs would keep you guys, or RCPs, sorry, would keep you guys in the canyon at the bottom of Winner's Choice. Apparently not. If you guys keep pre-running there, there's going to be 50 in there. If we have to put them every 3 feet, you're just ruining the wash. I mean, you're just right now there's zigzags back and forth across the winner's choice. It's stupid. Like, what are we doing? VCP 47 and 48, there's not going to be a new file. VCP 47 and 48 are in the rocks on off-ramp. They are RCPs. They're mislabeled in the file. They're 50-foot radius. They're intended to keep you in those rocks there and off of that bypass road. Any questions on that? 47 and 48. VCP 47 and 48 are RCPs and will be enforced at 50 feet. Anybody have any questions about VCPs? Chris? I'd have to look at a map for numbers, but we can look at it. Okay. Have we explained that yet? Yeah, I'll let Ben explain that. There's because we run the desert lap backwards. It's going to go 35 to 1 and then back up. But I'll let him explain it. I'll turn it over to Ben on that.
We will let you know at the drivers' meeting on Wednesday if it's dried out enough. If it's not dry, I'll leave that VCP turned off. If it's dry, we'll run the track. We'll let you know on Wednesday. I'll talk with a few guys. We'll go do a course inspection. If we can run the track, we can. If it's wet, let me know. We won't run it. I don't want you guys to mud bog. I want it to be drivable. The question over there about the VCP numbers. The VCP numbers and mile markers, they are places on a spot on the land, okay? They're on every map that we publish. They're on the ones that the spectators buy at the merch tent, trailer down there. They do not change from race to race. They stay in exactly the same spot. The desert guys ran them going 1 to 100. You guys will run them 100 to 1, okay, on the red lap. The VCPs, the numbers of them do not change. VCP 37 on the desert lap is always at VCP 37 spot. It doesn't change all week. Moving everything, labeling everything, it's not achievable, and it causes confusion. If you break down at 57, I know where 57 is all day, all week. Okay? So I hope that answers that question over there. Does anyone else have any questions for Justin on the VCPs? So mile markers are the same. They do not move. You're going to run 65 to 1 on the red lap, on the desert lap. Okay? We'll go through that on Wednesday. The question was, what's the penalty for VCPs? We'll make that very clear in the drivers' meeting on Wednesday. Drivers' meeting here, 7 o'clock Wednesday for all 3 races. Okay? We'll try and keep this light on the race meeting because this is a qualifying meeting, but we're giving you some key pre-running information tonight. Bailey? Stay in the rocks.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to override you. It's not practical to always just say stay in the rocks. We can't penalize you besides the VCP, right? That's the only place that we can mathematically, objectively say you didn't do this right here. So that's what we had. That's the only place we can judge it. To Justin's point before, if personally the reason why I want to keep you in the rocks has nothing to. I like making it hard for you, but I'm tired of looking at a beautiful trail that was beautiful for like the last 20 years, and then find out that they're building a 7-Eleven next to it now because we've got a road burned into it that no one else wants to drive on nor look at. And it's all because you guys, some people, just didn't want to drive this race. They wanted to drive a different race. So we can put more VCPs. There's no, it's not necessary. To your point, Bailey, your exact question, no one's going to objectively be able to penalize you for going off race course but hitting the VCP. That's our place to keep you honest. If someone throws a red card and then we have a tracker data that shows that you drove over to Bakersfield, then we found that out. Does that make sense? But objectively, we're looking for VCPs. Does everybody understand that?
Any other questions before we wrap this up? Down here, Eric. So they're in the desert, there's a rule 50 feet each side of the track, right? We can check that with the tracker. 150 feet, 150 feet either side of the track. We do check that. We checked that today. And that's why we're encouraging you guys not to bypass everything. Well, that's the brilliance of lap 3. Yeah. So that will keep you honest. If you are the guy who's leading the race because you're good at driving bypasses, well, wait for lap 3.
I hear what you're saying, Eric. And even on lap 2, there's VCPs in places that you haven't seen as race course before, right? And the statement that Justin's talking about over here, specifically winner's choice, right? Last year we gave you that no one had ever driven there before. Winner's choice had never been driven by a human being, and we destroyed it in a freaking week, right? If we would have driven on the trail, it would still look exactly the same for everyone else to enjoy forever. I'm going to make sure that happens. That's if everything else sucks about this place, in the race and everything else, this place is still going to be awesome for everybody to wheel at. And so that's where I'm at. The concept that people now think it's faster, to your point, you're right, if you drive on bypasses, but anybody that thinks that dropping in and out of that wash to hit winner's choice, you guys are dumb. I mean, it's the bottom of the track is dirt. You can drive it at like 40 miles an hour, but you're going in and out of a wash because, I don't know. I can't disqualify them without them missing VCPs. I just told you, Paul, so this is everything we can do. Objectively, all we can see is the VCPs. That's what we're going to measure to, right? The existence of you missing a VCP is going to be known to us empirically. Does that make sense? What is in your control? If you guys keep deciding to race that way, we'll just keep adding VCPs. And the upside is we can do it every 3 inches. Like every 3 inches, we can just make every line dot on a trail a VCP. It would suck. It would make we're just now trying to get ahead of data as it is, and it would be overwhelming for us to calculate all that and manage that. But the VCPs we chose this year, I believe we have to show you that we're good at it. I don't think you know that we're good at it. I think last year people got a rude awakening. It was the first time they ever got called on the crap, really called on the crap. And now you know. You're fair warned that don't do it. Now, to your point, no, I'm not going to go and look for the person that's doing this on the map. Sorry. Does everybody get what we're trying to do? Do you want it to be different? Why can't we talk about the race? What do you want to know? Why are we? Okay, we did talk about qualifying, but I'll shut up now. I'll go away. Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions about qualifying over there? Okay. Yes, you do not have a screen this year that tells you that you hit it. So you need to measure that. if you drive in the rocks, we have tested, you will hit the RCP. Okay? He said, will there be a screen like we had last year with the rally safe unit? There is no screen this year on the yellow brick, so you won't know that you've hit a VCP. The rally track didn't actually tell you that. It told you were getting near it, and then it moved to the next one. But that caused more confusion than it was worth as well in that way with that screen. So this is a very good unit that allows us to very well measure you and measure your achievements of the VCPs and RCPs. This is a rock race. Okay. Okay, this is a question about the gap jump. Let me really clearly run you through how that works. You start under the start-finish arch. You turn hard right. You run down. You take a choice. Stay left, hit the gap jump. Go to the right. It'll take you round to the left and under the gap jump, and then turn you right again and head you to the Bronco Arch. Either way you go, you then go up and through the Bronco Arch and out to the rest of the qualifying track. Has anyone got any questions about that gap jump and how we're going to start this qualifying? This is qualifying you one at a time. We will try and have only 2 to 3 cars on the qualifying course at once. Race day, you're starting side by side. But we'll talk about racing on Wednesday. Yes. We've got positions on the track when we'll safely start the next car when we know you've progressed through the bits that we need to make sure you get through. We'll manage that for you. Okay, there was a question about how fast people are hitting the gap jump. I believe when we tested it, they were about 45 to 48 miles per hour. That was a downhill test. We've only just rebuilt the jump for the uphill. It does not work at 18. It does not work at 24. It probably doesn't work at anything less than 40. It may not work at 40. Okay? Be safe. If you're questioning it, if you haven't done a jump like that before, go round. Okay? Don't wreck it for yourself. Have a good day. Okay, any other questions on qualifying before we wrap up? Okay, question was if there's a guy broken in the rocks up the top, will we do a rerun? Whenever we do qualifying here, if another competitor seriously impacts your qualifying, we will give you the option to rerun. Here's the thing though, if you have a pretty good lap that's slightly impacted and you come over and yell and scream, as soon as you nominate to rerun, that lap is gone. If you're slower on the next one or you break, you start where you start. So when you're offered a rerun and you've got a pretty good time and you might have got a little bit of dust or, we won't rerun you because of dust, that's for sure. But you might have had a yellow flag or something to slow down to get round someone, which we try and avoid. We try and not start you if the course has got an issue. But sometimes something happens in front of you. If we give you an option to rerun and you take it, you lose your original lap that you banked. Is that clear? And it has happened that people have run significantly slower or not finished their rerun. Okay? We try and be fair to everyone. Try and give you the best opportunity. This is racing though. Things happen. Cool? Okay. So if you've got an issue that you're not on the qualifying list, if you've got an issue with car numbers, names in the database, anything like that, come over here and see Lily and the team over on this side of the stage. If you've got anything about rules and USAC, feel free, or you want to shake Trotter's hand, he'll be over here. Any questions around VCPs that Justin may be able to help you with, he'll try. And otherwise, we'll see you out on course this week. Please be safe. Remember, 25 miles per hour pre-running tomorrow. Thank you.